Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
What's up, y'all?
Everybody's good?
Hello.
All right. Listen here. How y'all doing this evening in TV land, VA Flavor land? We are the Fun Life family, and we'd like to welcome you to the Fun Life family VA Flavor TV show with your host, yours truly, Robert Humphrey, the King of Gospel Funk. I have with me today a portion of the family, Mike G, Nick A, Gail B, Shirley, and always hands showing, Walt Sound. And our special guest this evening will be the Reverend Dr. K.C. Robinson, y'all. Let's give a round of applause for her. We'd like to thank J Love for having us each and every week. And we're asking that you tune in each week and be a part of this show. We appreciate the love and all of the support that you all are giving us and showing us. At this time, we're going to start out first and foremost thanking our sponsors. Ms. Gail B.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. Our first sponsor this evening is Elliott's Restaurant and Lounge, home of the soul food. They're located at 1241 North Laburnum Avenue. That's in Richmond. So please go out and check them out. They're located in the Dominion Place Shopping Center. So that's Elliott's Soul Food Restaurant and Lounge, located at 1241 North Laburnum Avenue, Richmond. Also giving a special shout out to one of our sponsors is Dell's Barbershop. They're located at 6557 Iron Gate Place, North Chesterfield. Shout out to Wendell Hargrove. That's Dell's Barbershop, located at 6557 Iron Gate Place, and that's in North Chesterfield. Another one of our sponsors this evening is Kobe's Barbershop. They're also located in North Laburnum Avenue in the Dominion Place Shopping Center. And a special shout out to Greg. He's ready to clean you up, shape you up, and he's in the first chair. So go check him out. Hey, Greg.
What's up, Greg?
Hi, Greg.
Kobe's Barbershop. And last but not least is another sponsor, and that is Laced Productions, LLC. This is Mr. Daniel Wright. He's the man to contact. And if you want to catch up on your special moments with photos, children's, sports events, family portraits, and videos, Mr. Wright is the man to contact. That's Lace Productions, LLC. You can reach him at 571-402-5223. And if you didn't catch that, I'm going to say it again for you. That is 571-402-5223. And he does wonderful work. Please visit him.
All right, thank you, Ms. Gail B. Another one of our sponsors too tonight, new sponsor is Raw 5 Records. My homie Sugar Ray Smith. What's happening, Ray? And also, we always like to give a #1 shout out to the main man, Mr. J Love and J Love Productions. All right.
All right.
All right. Right now, we got quite a few announcements we want to share with you guys. Bringing that to you will be Nicole. Come on, Nicole.
Hey everyone, this is Nicole coming at you. Tonight, the announcements are as follows. We have the Sugar Hump Internet radio show every Sunday from 4 to 10 p.m. featuring all of our local artists in the state of Virginia. And you can tune in and listen to them at Forever Jazz Listen to My Radio. That's the number 4, Ever Jazz Listen, the number 2, myradio.com. And if you'd like to have your music played on that radio station, please contact by email sugarhumpllc@gmail.com. And make sure you add a comment in the subject section so we know what it is that you're sending your emails out for. So that's sugar, SUGA, hump, HUMP, LLC@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to continue to tune in to watch the For Life Family Show with all our special guests that's coming at you. And you can visit us at the Ustream VaFlavorTV.com. Hosted by yours truly, the King of Gospel Funk, Mr. Robert Humphrey. All right? So if you want to be a guest on that show, please also shoot us an email at the number 4liferecordsinc@gmail.com. That's 4liferecordsinc@gmail.com. And let us know that you want to be a guest with us. We'll be more than happy to, have you come in with us. So the Virginia Flavor Ustream Show and the Sugar Hump Radio is brought to you by yours truly, J Love Productions.
Yay.
So we gotta send a shout out to him. And just to let you know, stay tuned in with us because we have some special guests coming up in the next couple of weeks, such as our very own Richmond's Joy B. Moore. She's a music artist and also an author. And we have Mr. Ron Taylor of Innovation that's coming out to join us. And also we have Miss Toni Gray. She's a solo artist and she ranked in the top 50 in the program The Voice. So we're definitely going to have her on and let us know how that experience was. And also Mr. Raymond Brugg Carter, formerly of Mutiny, but currently with For Life Records. So I'm not going to tell you who else is going to be on the program. You got to stay tuned in and check us out so you can see who our special guests are coming up. And those are our announcements.
All right, Nicole. You know, it's a Wednesday night and everybody seems to be a little jewelry, but we came to pick you up a little bit, all right? And we're going to start off by giving you the For Life sound. What's up, everybody? All right, TV world, all of you out there, we like you. Keep watching, keep joining in. Any suggestions you want to give us, anything, our ears, our eyes are open. Right now, we're going to go to the good news segment with the one and only Michael G, everybody.
That's Mike G to you, thank you. Anyway, got a little bit of good news for y'all this evening. First, I want to say that I need y'all to send me your good news if you want me to announce it or speak about it. And you can send that good news to us here at 4life@gmail. 4liferecordsinc@gmail.com. Watch across the bottom of the screen. It's getting ready to come across there in a few seconds. How you can send that, and in the subject line, put in good news, put in Mike G, something of that nature, so I'll know that you're sending me some good news. First good news is For Life is getting booked on the regular. And I'm going to give you a little bit of our schedule. July 17th, fish fry at American Legion, Post 144, 1717 Old Hanover Road in Sandston, Virginia. Come out, get some of the best fish you done ever had.
That's goodness. And
get your boogie on at the same time. August 4th, 7th District, National Night Out. That's a Tuesday night. Come on out, 25th and Fairmount. Come on out, For Life will be there. For Life featuring Robert Humphrey Jr. We will be there performing, doing quite a few of our songs, maybe some other stuff. We're not going to let you know exactly what we're doing because we're always doing something different. No shows are the same back to back. We're always changing something. And it's a good change. So come on out August 4th, National Night Out. August 15th, our second Soul Train Saturday will be at Elliot's Lounge. Shout out to Elliot's Lounge. We appreciate you. If you check them out on Facebook, you see they do a lot of stuff. They do bike night, they do karaoke, they do a lot of things. And For Life is supporting them, they're supporting us. And that's how we get ahead, is we support each other as family, as business owners, as entertainers, all of that. We have to support each other.
That's right.
And that's August 15th, Saturday night, Soul Train Saturdays. Get some out your closet that looks 70s, 80s, you know, your big hats, your bell-bottom pants, whatever you got. Come on out, have fun, Soul Train line. We're going to do the whole thing. That's August 15th. And wrapping up the end of your summer, September 5th, the Summerfest is, that's Labor Day weekend, is going to be at Jacob and Mary Turner Family Center in Emporia, 2080 Scotland Drive. That's September 5th. That's like an all-day event. The times are
11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
11 to 8. So come on out, check us out, get your boogie on, because we are guaranteed to make you boogie. That's just how we do.
Thank you, Mike G. Also, while he's getting his paperwork together on that, this event in Emporia is being announced on the radio stations down in Hopewell and that surrounding county area Also, we are the special guests, but there will be like 4 DJs, a bike show, a car show, horse and pony show. It'll be food and entertainment for everybody. A brief little talent show, and special guest Sharita J from Atlanta, Georgia, and featuring For Life and myself. All right. Thank you. Anything else you got, Mike?
I sure do. First thing, I got to make a correction. The fish fry at American Legion, if y'all notice, I said July the 17th. That date is already gone. So it's this Friday, the 24th of July. If you didn't catch it, that means you weren't paying attention. Pay attention. Stay focused. All right. So I also have this week's book to read. You want to be a winner? This book helps you. The Psychology of Winning by Dr. Dennis Waitley. Check it out. If you're trying to produce something, if you're trying to accomplish something, if you just want to win, it's not that big of a book. You can read it in a couple of settings, and it will help you. Also, I found some good news of my own. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Krista Johnson Kimbrough, graduating from Prince Edward Middle School. That's right. Oh, and by the way, that's my cousin. Christopher Johnson also graduated from Prince Edward County High School.
All right.
Another cousin. And I have Davon Wright, graduated from Varina High School.
All right.
And as I was searching on the internet today, looking for some good news, because bad news, whatever, travels a lot faster, so you kind of got to put in a little time to search for some things. And I found something that was kind of interesting. And this man, Chris Thomas, 28 years old, said that Facebook saved his life. Now, how did that happen? This man is 28. He was diagnosed with limb-girdle muscular dystrophy 9 years ago, confined to a wheelchair. So, you know, he lived by himself, but he lives in a place where they have a security guard. They have a little string he can pull for emergencies. But one day, on actually July the 15th, not too long ago, he was getting ready for bed, and there was a shelving unit still in the box, tipped over, hit his wheelchair, he fell over. He couldn't reach anything but his phone. And guess what was open? His Facebook app. So he left a distress message on his Facebook app, and, you know, just thinking he may be able to reach somebody. Not really sure, but that was all he had that he could do. So, and that was after he woke up, because he blacked out once the wheelchair fell over. He blacked out, didn't really, you know where he was. He woke up kind of, just kind of shaky, disoriented. Found his phone, got on Facebook, and he said friends from 6 different states who didn't know each other were connecting with each other to help him. Long story short, 8 minutes after that status update, people in his town was on the way to his house, and he had 12 Facebook friends in his apartment, and called 911 and helped him. So in that instance, a lot of people say, I don't like Facebook, it's too much, everybody put all their business on Facebook, but sometimes it can help you, because it's a big network of people out there looking at your posts and seeing things on Facebook, and it can be used in certain situations to help some people. So that may encourage someone who may think that they didn't really like Facebook, don't want to get on Facebook. It definitely can help in certain situations. So let's give it a shout out to Facebook for their contributions, and just being there to allow this man to send some kind of distress signal that actually saved his life. Good news for the day, Mike G.
All right, y'all, let's give him a hand. That was great, Mike. I appreciate that. A lot of times we take social media for granted, and we use it for all of the wrong reasons. But I mean, it's to each his own. We're not here to judge on how you do or what you do with it. We're just thankful that he had a real good report on that. Now, Miss Shirley is going to give you some information on how to get in touch with us. Shirley Wally, y'all.
Hey everybody. I just want to let you know, if you'd like to make an appointment or book an event with For Life, you can reach us at 804-888-4762, or you can email us at forliferecordsinc@gmail.com. And you also can reach us on our website at forliferecordsinc.com. Again, if you want to schedule an event with us, please contact us at forliferecordsinc@gmail.com or forliferecordsinc.com. Excuse me. 804-888-4762.
Thank you, Shirley. While we're going to get ready now for our first guest, while we're making some adjustments here, I want to send a shout out to all of the friends and family that's with For Life that's not here tonight. We are trying to work on formatting, and we're working on things that we're going to do to keep the show interesting. We're in the process of building a show, a better show. We got some suggestions that we're going to follow. We got some things that we're going to start doing to make this show a better success. And we are at forliferecordsinc.com, so you can let us know any suggestions you got for us. We're open for suggestions. All right. At this time, I'm going to bring on a guest of ours that's what can I say about her? She is a wonderful songstress, can sing tenor, soprano, alto. She writes music. She's an arranger of music. She's a doctor. I tell you what, I'll let her tell you about her. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this seat beside me, the one and only, the Reverend Dr. K.C. Robinson. Come on, K.C. How you doing, sweetie? Good evening, darling.
Hello.
Come on in here and get focused in. This is K.C., everybody. I know her as K.C., but this is the Reverend Dr. K.C. Robinson. Tell them a little bit going on with you, K.C.
Well, you know, I'm with For Life Records. I also have my own personal ministry, Be For Real Ministries, Sister Girl Bible Studies International. I actually have my own publishing company that I have not completed everything with it, but I do have that because I'm publishing my own books. A lot of things going on. Before I got with you, I was I was trying to complete publishing the first two books that I've already written. I've written a children's book. It's entitled Why I Am Special, and it deals with a method in which parents can tell their children that they are adopted. And that's special to my heart because I'm adopted. And it's partly a biography, partly fictional, and that's so I can somewhat tell my story, but then keep some of it private. And it's a way that it could have happened, and I don't really reveal what part of it is true and what part of it is not true, right?
Okay.
But it's the way somewhat that my mother told me that I was adopted. And so I use that in a way so that parents find it easier to share with their children that they are adopted, so that they're never caught off guard if someone were to reveal it to them later in life, and they don't have to go through that trauma of being told that, you know, you're adopted or whatever, or a parent comes up to them, you know, a biological parent comes up to them later and says to them, you know, that I'm your mother, I'm your father, or whatever, and that child is traumatized. I really appreciate the fact that my mother told me that I was adopted when I was like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay. Now, with that being said, is that book available as of yet? Or?
It is not available yet, but it will be probably within the next 6 months. It just has to be printed.
Okay. Well, maybe someone to get this broadcast and give you a phone call and say, hey, how can I help you?
Right.
You know, so tell them how can they reach you pertaining to that personally.
So they can reach me through my website at www.beforrealministriesinc.com.
Okay.
And I believe Nikki is trying to type
that
that up there on there. Yes, and I'll make sure
screen.
she has that also. But yeah, they can reach me through that, or they can reach me at beforrealministries@gmail.com.
All right. Now, tell me a little bit about the singing part of yourself. When did you get started? How did you get started? What inspires you to sing? And why are you singing? Tell a story that kind of sort of a little bit about when we met and what you told me why you were going to still sing.
Okay.
It's very interesting, everybody. Pay close attention to this one.
So you want the story of how we got together, or when I...
No, I want more or less of how your life was almost on the verge of being gone.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'll let you take that.
All right. So I've been feeling poorly, and this happened back in around the end of October 2013. I started finding it difficult to breathe, and you know, my daughter had a really bad cold, and I just thought I had maybe caught this cold from her. And so she wanted to lay on me and everything. And you know, as mothers, we kind of go ahead and take that risk and allow them to do that. And I knew I was going to catch whatever it was, but I was willing to take that risk so my child could feel better.
Okay.
And so that next Monday, when I started feeling it, the pressure of it, I didn't think twice about it. I just assumed I had a cold, but I was really finding it difficult to breathe. But leading up to that, I had a pain in my right calf that wouldn't go away, and I found it difficult to walk on my calf. And I'd already been to the doctor, and that Friday of that same week, I was scheduled to have a Doppler on that right leg because he suspected that I had a possible clot in it. Before I could get to Friday, I was sitting up on that Thursday night doing some of my master's degree program, and the moment I finished the paper, I went to try to lay down about 1:30 in the morning, and the moment I tried to lay down, it broke. I didn't realize that's what it was. I just know that when I tried to lay down, I could not breathe and I could not catch my breath. Being the type of person I am, I'm stubborn about going to the hospital, and so I didn't call 911. Please don't do what I did. Call 911. I didn't call 911. I did not call my doctor. I didn't call anybody. I sat up to sleep at night because I knew within me that if I laid down, I would die. I knew that, but I still didn't call anybody. I got up the next morning, which was that Friday morning, and the other reason I didn't call was because I knew I was going to the doctor the next day, right? But when I got up, the breathing was so difficult, and I took a shower. It was so bad, I had to get someone to dry my back because I could not do it. I went to work.
Not surprised.
Not surprising. I went to work, and I was on the phone with a peer at work, and he said to me, "This conversation is over. If I don't see a note coming through email within the next 5 minutes telling me that you're leaving to go to the hospital, I am calling your boss, and I'm going to tell him what's going on with you." And that was going to get me in trouble. So I hung up the phone, called my doctor, and I said, "This is what's happening. I can barely breathe." And they said to me, we're full, but we're going to work you in, right? So I left because I knocked on the door of one of my peers. He didn't hear me. The guy that was across from me, I said, "I'm having trouble breathing and I need to go to the hospital." He said, "Okay," and turned around and went back to work. So I drove myself. I drove myself to the hospital, 20 minutes, because it was from the East End of Richmond to Henrico Doctors. I trust them. Plus my doctor was there, and that's where I was supposed to have the Doppler, right? So I did that, and when I got there, they told me my lips were blue, and they took me straight to the ER. And to make that part short, they said that I would not have made it to my Doppler appointment that afternoon. If I hadn't gotten there when I did, I would have died because the blood clot had moved from my calf to my heart and my lungs, and the size of the blood clot was the size of a kidney. And so they said to me that they didn't understand why I was still alive. And the doctor said to me, he said, "But somebody up there is looking out for you."
Wow. I think that's a very interesting story because just the part along where the guy said, you know, you turned away and walked away and you said you needed to go to the hospital and you still sitting here. But now the part that's missing in the story, you guys, is that this lady here was sitting in my office in an interview and I put some music on, and she went into the booth and she sang. And the bottom line to that part of the story is she said that she had made a promise to God that if He kept her alive, she would sing. So that's the moral to this story. And to this day, it's been just about a year ago, she is singing and she sings well. Now, I would like for you guys to check out Be For Real Ministries. Check Casey Robinson out, Dr. Casey Robinson. Tell them a little bit about your up-and-coming projects that you're doing right now.
With
For life and with Be For Real.
Okay. With Be For Real Ministries, I'm working on a devotional at the moment. Some of the things that I do on social media, I send those some of the devotionals I send out right now is morning meditation. I sometimes send out midnight meditation, and sometimes I'll do an afternoon praise. And I use a lot of memes, a lot of leadership and motivational quotes, just to try to encourage. I started out just encouraging women because that's my ministry. I like to encourage women to come from the background to the forefront of ministry, because women have been so suppressed and oppressed, especially in ministry. I hate to say the church because we are the church, but they have been so oppressed and suppressed in the building and in leadership roles, and I like to motivate them to come from the background to the forefront. And my ministry deals with being for real and being authentic and being who you've been called to be, and not allowing anyone to keep you in a box and to tell you who you're supposed to be, because God gives us that. God tells us who we've been created to be, who we've been anointed to be. And I want women especially to be allowed to be who God has created us to be. And so I like to encourage them and motivate them, and then afford them opportunities to do who they've been called to be. So I do conferences, and I do retreats, and I do workshops, and I give them those opportunities to do it. So then I do leadership trainings where I do one-on-one counseling, and I stir the nest like the eagle's mom. I stir that nest and I kick them out. You've been trained. Now go out and be who you've been called to be. And I get very passionate about it, right? And so I have this conference that I do, and it's called Naomi and Ruth. And the last time I did it was 2011. And what I did that year, that was the year where I brought together seasoned sisters in ministry. And I brought together neophytes, new women in clergy, together with seasoned sisters in clergy, and I made them tag team together and get up and teach and preach to new women in ministry, right? And so from that networking event, there are women now who have mentors, right, who train them to avoid the pitfalls that those of us who have been in ministry 20 and 30 years, we're helping those young ones to avoid, right? Because it's a new day, it's a new hour. The things we went through, we don't want you to go through that. So some of those women are still friends today, and they're still mentoring each other. And that's what Be For Real Ministries is all about. It's based on the scripture of John 15:16, where God says, you didn't call me, I called you, and I called you for this ministry and anointed you for this ministry, that you would produce fruit that will last, that speaks to legacy. My responsibility as a leader of Be For Real Ministries is to leave behind legacy that's good fruit. I can't leave behind legacy if I'm getting all I can and I'm canning all I've got. I've got to pour back into what's been poured into me. So that's my role, and that's what I do at Be For Real. That's also what I want to do with the music that I have and that I'm going to record with you, right? And so that's why it's very important to me that the music that's written for me, it is going to be music that has an anointing upon it, that's written for my personality, right? I'm a bold personality, but I'm also an humble personality. I know I have a gift, but I know that gift is not for me, because I didn't call me. God called me. And when I get to singing under the anointing, I don't care really about the people. I care that what I'm doing is all being a blessing unto God, because I recognize people didn't call me.
Well,
God called me. And at the end of the day, in the final analysis, I have an appraisal. At the end of the day, I got to stand before God, and He's going to give me an appraisal. I have an appraisal rating I'm going to get. It's either pass or fail.
Wow.
And I want to pass.
I'm going to stop you right there. That's deep, everybody. Now, you got a chance to hear her speak just now. And you're going to get a
It's
chance.
Reverend Doctor.
And you're going to get a chance to hear her sing. But I just want to touch on one thing she said, and that was about having a gift and giving it back. See, we are new at this TV show. We are new at this Ustream, and we are learning, but we are not afraid. You can't do something and being afraid to do it. Of course, you're going to have your critics, you're going to have your naysayers, you're going to have your, I would have done this and I would have done that. That's with anything that you do in your life. People tell the billionaire Donald Trump how to do. Go figure. They tell Obama, the president, how to go and do. Just take a chance. Be for real. We want to thank our guest tonight, the Reverend Dr. Casey Robinson. She's going to move over and send you some things out. I want to bring Gail B in right quick. Come here, Gail, again. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on. We want to thank our sponsors. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about what we got coming up, what's going on. Come on up here, Gail. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the wonderful soprano singing for life superstar Gail B, everybody.
okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody, good evening. And again, we just want to thank our sponsors. First, Elliott's Restaurant and Lounge, located at 1241 North Laburnum Avenue. We also want to give a shout out to Dale's Barbershop, located at 6557 Iron Gate Place, North Chesterfield, Virginia. And also Laced Productions LLC, that's Mr. Daniel Wright. He's the photographer. Catch up on those special moments. He does family portraits, events, videos, specializes, and his work is like that, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. We're For Life featuring Robert Humphrey. This is our show each and every Wednesday. I want to say good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. God bless you. Tune in again next week, and don't forget Sunday. Mwah! One love for life from me, from us to you. God bless. Thanks.